This presentation is brought to you by Smoooth Productions.
Welcome to another edition of your Wednesday night sports delight, the Platform Sports Talk Show. What's going on, party people? It is your boy Smooth. Welcome to another edition of your Wednesday night sports delight, the Platform Sports Talk Show. I feel like it's been a minute since I've been on the screen in regards to doing the main show because we had such an amazing last few weeks doing Ladies Night, the Man Cave, and just shouts out to everyone who's been tuning in, showing love, and just being a part of such an incredible thing that we have going on right here on the Platform Sports Talk Show Network. Once again, you see on the screen right now, your boy Smooth with 3 O's. It's a reason why I'm saying that, especially for tonight's show. You're definitely going to find out why. For those watching for the first time, thank y'all very much. I appreciate it. This show has been going on for 8 years, y'all. 8 incredible years. Keep on doing amazing things. Started off with just myself and my boy Sadal the Selector, and I have a whole Platform Sports Talk Show family. Truly been a blessing, having amazing conversations, amazing guests talking about sports. We are experts, as one of my panelists, Annie, told me a few weeks ago. Had to make sure that I realize that we are experts in what we do. And having this platform, platform. So once again, thanks for tuning in. Make sure y'all go ahead and spread the word, share right now, because we're going to have another great show in store for each and every one of y'all. And outside of that show right now, make sure y'all give us a follow all across social media, on Facebook, on the X, on Instagram. Make sure y'all go on YouTube, subscribe, and click on that bell. So anytime we go live, just like we are right now, you will be notified. And if y'all know someone that would be an incredible guest on this show, or y'all want to go out on location to a sporting event, maybe to a nice lounge, whatever it is, and we can set up shop there and do our thing, shoot us an email, platformsportstalkshow@gmail.com. If you can't see the show for some reason, it's cool. We got other ways. You can tune in on Hot 365 Radio right now. Go to the website, hot365radio.com, or via the app. Just put in Hot 365 Radio. You will see the incredible logo. And just know that they're always hot, y'all, like the Hot Boys. Catch the most recent show every Sunday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. They also have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/hot365 radio. So there's no excuse on why you can't check in, whether it's visually or you can tune in by going to the app or going to the website on Hot 365 Radio and hear us in clear, high definition. I said it earlier, but every first Wednesday of the month, we have Ladies Night. So shouts out to the ladies they did an amazing job. As always, they even allowed the fellas to say a few things throughout the show, but it was just a great time. I'll explain more in a second. We also have the Man Cave every last Wednesday of the month, where anything, and I mean anything, can go down. I also brought up earlier, well, you saw earlier by mistake, but now I'm going to do it now. We have smooth conversations where the conversations are always smooth. Usually, every time the show goes on YouTube, it's on Thursdays at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. You would definitely also check it out on KBDR Beat District Radio. So I need y'all to check out two stations, Hot 365 Radio and KBDR Beat District Radio. Go to the website, beatdistrictradio.com, or download the app, Google Play, App Store. Got you covered. The show, no matter what, will be on every Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's once again Smooth Conversations, where the conversations are always smooth. And once again, with 3 O's. So now, enough about what I've got going on right now. Need y'all to go ahead and scan the QR code you see on the screen and connect with everything about Smoooth Productions. You'll see so much more that I'm doing outside of just this podcast. Check it out and let's collab. Let's do some great things and just using the talents that I feel the Lord has blessed me with. So I'm not on this show by myself. I do have some panelists, some ladies who are ready to discuss some sports. Up first, she is the host of Ladies Night. She was at the TSC, the Saunders Experience last week, came through and did an amazing job. Now she's back in the kitchen, cooking up a 5-course meal. Y'all know how she do. She's ready. Bunny, what's happening with you?
I'm not on mute?
What? Wait a minute. Let me go and give me a scratch off. Hold on.
Happy Home Day. How you doing?
I am doing well. Once again, thank you for your contributions last week. It was an amazing show that we had right here at the TSC. You holding it down, and the wifey, and so many others that I'm about to show very soon. But how did you feel about last week's show?
I enjoyed it. And I called it an unofficial crossover show because it was the ladies' night. You know how we run it. But since we have special guests and we also had one of the men cave, our own stand leave, and I said, all right, I'll get you a few minutes of fame real quickly. But it was wonderful. I love Mama Smooth making that speech. I'm like, we pointer Mama Smooth. I said, I like that. Like, she didn't put that on a t-shirt. Just saying.
Right. Yeah.
And also we got to meet Miss Dub. Well, at least I did for the first time in person. I think it's including you and Jamie. Did anybody else meet her in person last week? Speaking of her up, hi Miss Dub.
Yeah. Once again, it was amazing. Great show last week. And Miss Dub says yes. It was she feel like it was a crossover show as well. Hey, you know, like I said, we family, you know what I'm saying? Been doing this thing for quite some time. And, you know, just outside of what we do on Wednesdays, you know, we be in communication almost 7 days a week on different chats.
Right.
So, like I said, it really is a family feeling and it's truly a blessing. So thank you once again. Up next, she's holding things down in Florida in the South Side right now. She's ready, rocking them Dallas Cowboys colors. I don't know if that was intentional. We're going to find out. Annie, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing all right. I'm Annie Smoooth with 4 O's. I'm going to trademark that. We just
got to put that under her name now, Smooth. Just like how you got yours, we got to put that with your name, Annie.
There we go.
Yeah, we just will have Annie with 4 O's. Yeah, last week was a crossover. I think we let the men talk a little too much, but that's just me. But yeah, happy to be here today.
Yeah, and matter of fact, I'm gonna send you a t-shirt with ladies night on the back, Annie with 4 O's.
Yes, Annie with 4 O's.
I got you. So speaking of which, I want to go ahead and highlight a couple moments from last week. As we had once again, Miss Dub was in the building along with Bunny and the wifey. What's up, Beyonce? So that was a great photo right there. As Bunny brought up, Mama Smooth was in the building and had an amazing speech for everyone to listen to, and it was funny. and very inspiring as well. So thanks, Mom, for the food. Matter of fact, Bunny, my Craig Black hit me up today, and he was like, "Smooth, I got something important for you." I'm like, "Oh, what's going on?" He was like, "I need your mom to make me some more beans and send them to DC. So, Mom, if you watch it right now, and I'll call you or text you later on, you got to make a way to hook up some beans, because he said that he and DJ Snow were just going crazy over those beans.
Hey, did you see DJ Snow in the background all the time? He was smashing his plate. I said, okay, he really got some soul in him. I love that.
Well, yeah. I mean, he was just raving. They said they were talking about that the whole time they were in St. Louis after they had the food. Like, man, that food was bussing. And speaking of Craig Black, he was in the building along with Buffy Dillon. They were talking about his Community Cuts for Kids event that just went down this past weekend. Amazing time in regards to them being on the show, and Buffy sharing a story of the reason why she started doing what she's doing as well. So shouts out to them. And then once again, just to the whole fam. T-Bone was in the building. Sadar was in the building as well. Craig Black Pop was in the back eating some food or something like that right there on that photo. But just a great time just having the fam be in the building, and to have Miss Dub in the building as well. Speaking of events, my wife had her back to school event, her 10th annual G for Will Girls for Life back to school event. Even when the rain came down, we still had a good time. People was able to be underneath the shelter. We still had music going, great vibes. A lot of kids came through, grabbed book bags and school supplies, had Gamers Island out there, had the video games going. My Beat District Radio fam was holding things down on the ones and twos. So shouts out to everyone who showed my wife so much love and support throughout all last week, leading up to last Sunday. And once again, shouts out to Craig Black and his Community Cuts for Kids. So a lot going on, but we did it. We're doing big things. And once again, appreciation from myself to the Platform Sports Talk Show family, and to everyone who showed love to my wife, G for L event. I'm sorry, Miss Dub says FedEx special delivery. Right. Craig Black want that next day. He want that next day. I got you though, Craig. We're gonna make it happen for you. So once again, I have to emphasize the Smooth with 3 O's, because tonight, this show here is probably, to me, going to be one of the oddest, weirdest shows that I've done in conversations, because this guest here, he actually reached out to me, and I'm like, okay, who this guy here? You know, what's going on? But he reached out to me, and he was like, hey, I came across your social media and see what you're doing, and I would love to, eventually collab with you and do some things. And I'm like, cool, let's make it happen. I said, oh, you know what? I can go and get him on next week. Go ahead and see about him. Then I found out about his name, or what they call him. Found out about some of the things that he has done outside of the reason why he reached out to me. But he is a proud father, a proud husband. He has that entrepreneurial spirit. He is into real estate. He's a real estate investor. He has been a coach. He's also has been a DJ, just doing so many great things. He's all about just providing that innovative spirit and passion for connecting with audiences throughout unique content. Speaking of content, he has his own podcast itself called Cornhole with Smooth. That's with 2 O's. And once again, it's a pleasure to have him on the show. He is talking about some cornhole. You know what I'm saying? We talked about so many other things, some other sports, from the pickleball here to lacrosse here, whatever it is. Tonight, we're going to discuss a little bit about some cornhole with the one, the only Jay McDaniels, but they call him Jay Smooth. What's going on, brother?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing today?
Man, doing well. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. And I have to go ahead and ask you from the start, man. Why they call you Smooth with two O's?
So back in the day when I used to DJ, I used to just go by like DJ J or whatever, right? So a buddy of mine told me I was smooth on the turntables and things like that. So it kind of stuck with me. So I just went with DJ, Smooth, and it just went from there.
That's what's up. Now, when I was doing my research, I did see that how you had your name spelled. It wasn't what I'm seeing right now. It was Smoov. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. That's
Okay.
correct. Yes.
And that's crazy because when I first started out, I was thinking about doing the V.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, I feel like that's been used a lot, and I kind of want to do something different, and be a little extra. So that's when I came up with the whole 3 O's and stuff like that. So when people be asking me what does it mean, well, back during my single years, I used to say, well, anytime a woman would say smooth with 2 O's, they'd just be like, smooth. But then I'll ask them, I say, well, say it with 3 O's. And after they say it, they be like, I get it. I got you. So now, because I'm married, my wife brought it up saying our vows. And she was like, that extra O means that I'm the only one for her. So now that's what it means.
That face that Annie made when you gave him that story, baby. And you're like, oh.
But yes, that was the original story. I'm like, you know what? I gotta do something different. And Jay Smooth, you may know this person right here. Who just leaving the comment?
That's Robert Hicks right there. Yeah, we grew up in the same neighborhood. We grew up in Walnut Park in Northside St. Louis. He's been a bro since day one, since diapers. Yeah, man, that's family right there.
Your
Shouts out to you, Rob. Yes. I haven't seen Rob in a minute, but we also have a lot of other connections too. You know the Hortons, you know Tiffany Dorsey, probably know Harold. We know so many people, man. That I'm like, man, that's what's up. We got some connect. So
St. Louis, that's what that is.
St.
Louis.
Everybody know each other. But I do have to say, with my Smooth, it changed when I actually started my brand, because I did see somebody. It was 2 other guys who had DJ Smooth with a V on it also. So I didn't want to use that for the brand when I came up with Cornhole with Smooth. So I actually changed it with the 2 H's with the 2 O's. So that's when I changed the V for the TH, because I didn't want to have the same thing for the brand, because I seen 2 other people with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel you. Try to be different, stand out.
Yeah,
give them a reason to be like, okay, now I see why you did what you did. So that's what's up, man. So once again, a pleasure to have you on this show, man. We're gonna get right into it. A question that I have not personally, because we haven't had guests on this show in quite some time on the main show. But we also had to ask this question: is when will you say that you first fell in love with sports?
I can say when I was, out the womb, because I remember when I was little and my mom had a picture of me. I seen like a couple years ago. I was probably like 4 or 5 I dressed up with a baseball uniform on for Halloween. So I knew, back then I was in love with sports. I played every sport. I played basketball, baseball, football. I ran track, got a track scholarship to Morris Brown. So, I always been in sports. And as I got older, I had to find something that, I can stop getting hurt. So I found Cornhole, and since COVID, it's been going great.
That's crazy you said that about COVID. I'll speak on that later on. But going back, you mentioned a few different sports that you played. Was there one main sport that was like your go-to?
It was track. It was track and field. I ran the 100, 200, 4x1, 4x2, and the 4x4. So yeah, that was my thing. But I love basketball, baseball, football. But when I got a taste of track and I found out, I was pretty good at it, went to state my freshman year all the way through my senior year at Mehlville. So then I went on down to Morris Brown to the ATL and ran down there. So
Okay.
Speaking of Morris Brown, hey, aren't you glad your alma mater is making a comeback?
They
Okay,
are.
shout
They're
out
not.
to HBCU.
Yeah, they're not a JUCO no more.
Nice. And you did bring up, because that's gonna be my next question. Gonna be the famous St. Louis question. What high school did you go to? But you went on and said Mehlville. I did know a few people from Mehlville. Are you familiar with Alvin and Aaron Poe?
Yeah, I am. I'm familiar with them. I am. And the crazy story for me is, we grew up in the city, in the north side. I was supposed to go to Beaumont. And my mom was like, nah, that's not happening. So I got in a DSEG program, and I was catching that bus at 5 a.m. in the morning, all the way out to South County. So yeah, it was very, it helped me out in life too, because I got to see a different side, because, living in the city, I mean, it's only us, we were just with our people. So, and I got to go out there to Mehlville, and, you experience different things, but I was out there, and it was all good, really. You had trials and tribulations, but it was good.
Yeah, and also one of my best friends, who's actually part of the man cave now, Miko Gilliam, went to Mehlville. He was class of 2000. So I think he was class of what, 96 though?
96, yes.
Yeah, so I think he was just getting in as a freshman while you were just leaving out.
Okay.
So yeah, I know a few people from good old Mehlville. Talk about that experience of being at an HBCU.
Oh, I was at the AU Center. So if you guys know what the AU Center is, it was Morris Brown, Morehouse, Clark, and Spelman. And it was a party every day. And again, I was down there doing Freaknik time. So it was like a crazy time. So it was parties all the time. You had so many celebrities on campus, like Jagged Edge and Escape, and all those people was always on campus because, back then, everybody went to the AU just to have parties and just to hang out and stuff like that. But education wise, it was great, but you got to experience a lot of blackness, a lot of, successful black people. And it was just amazing times. But I'm not going to lie to you. It was parties every day, all day.
And they try to talk about my school. I told people it wasn't like that. Y'all school was popping. Then AUC, yeah. I was at Link University in Jeff City.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I supported too.
No. And I would tell people, go up to Mizzou in Columbia, Highway 63, and you can find them there too.
That's true.
I'm there for education. The education daytime, do what you want to do in the evening time, nighttime. Whoever throw a party is an option. You can go or don't. But yes. And you said Freaknik. Hey, are you on that Hulu documentary?
Yeah, no, I'm not. Right. I'm not on that. That's not
right. I'm about to say, let me head back to Hulu real quick and watch the documentary one more time.
It wasn't me on there, but yeah, that time was crazy. That's what like the height of Freaknik and stuff like that. So I just never had experienced anything in my life just to get on a highway and traffic is halted and everybody's outside their car partying in the middle of the highway. And that was just, you had to be there to see it. It was crazy.
Trust me, man. I should have. But I do want to bring this up because it's something that's still true to this day, which sucks. But talking about Freaknik real quick, how it was a popular thing. Everyone was coming in from different cities, states, whatever, and it was just a clean, fun event until you started having people who really had different intentions, and then it messed everything up. Can you speak on that real quick, since you were in that area a lot during that time? Because and the reason I want to bring it up now, because it's like these spots that we have nowadays where it starts off great, but then you start bringing in or attracting the wrong crowd of people who just have the bad intentions, and you mess up a good thing.
Yeah, I can speak on that. Yeah, I can speak on that. Majority of it was good and clean, right? But you did have some people who came down with different intentions, right? You have people came down as, to harm people, to rob people, violence towards people. It was just a lot of stuff that was going on that people didn't see, that I did see, that was, very disappointing. But overall, it was a great time. People was down there actually networking at that time back then when we didn't really know what, we didn't have social media. So we were just networking with each other, giving each other numbers or stuff like that, just to even build on stuff, because there was so many people from different areas down there. So, you know, they had a lot of people from St. Louis down there, Detroit, LA. You know, it was all people down there, but you had a lot of people that came down to do harm, and it was bad. It wasn't publicized, but it was a lot going on down there. A lot.
Yeah. Once again, unfortunate. Bunny, didn't you recently go down to Lincoln for like a not a homecoming, but some kind of event a few months ago?
You may have seen me at Lincoln function in St. Louis. I haven't been to Lincoln since last year.
Okay, that was something that you went to this past.
It could have been a Lincoln alumni event.
Yeah,
I am part of our local alumni association. So depending on what post you saw, but you know, I don't post that often. I post the sports show stuff, but anyway.
It was someone else that saw you in saw you in action.
Told y'all this, well, I don't know if I told you. Years ago, I was on a flyer. I was arguing with somebody. I'm like, that's not me on this flyer. It's a party flyer for some spot downtown. That's not me. And they looking like, but you do hold your arm like when you. I was like, is it me? I second guess myself. I'm like, was I there? It was me on the flyer. I don't know where they got the picture from.
Wow.
It was. You know, back then when people used to do it on flyers, even on your windshield.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where they snapped it from though, because was that almost? Yeah. I mean, I'm showing my age some, but we was on social media, but it wasn't like it is now. It's like still at the beginning stages. But anyway, I digress.
So we can't leave out Sweet Annie. You talked about Jay Smoooth, talk about Bunny. You know, how was your college life, Annie? And what school did you go to again in college?
So I went to Chapel Hill. I went to the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, and I didn't do any of that. I was in a Christian cult in college, so the only party I was having was a Holy Ghost party. But the event was called Freaknik. Talking about something started off as a clean event. It was called Freaknik. Am I right?
Annie, we're gonna leave it at that.
It was called the Good Time Social
There was
Hour.
a reason why I said clean.
It was called Freaknik. Let's not act like it was clean family fun. I mean,
no, the church was down there too.
I'm sure they were.
Hey, Morris Brown was
I'm sure they
AME
were.
Church founded, right?
What was that?
Morris Brown. That was the AME Church founded Morris Brown.
It
right?
was. It was.
See,
Yes, it was.
Church base right there. See,
That's right.
look at
That's
that.
right. Even on in the AU Center, we was a church base, but
I bet that's where y'all went on Sundays to repent from your good, clean fun at the networking event the Saturday night before.
No, we went to Piedmont Park actually. So
Trying to rewrite history, talk about something that was good, clean fun, and we came to network.
come on, Andy.
She is coming for you, Smoooth. I'm sorry, Jay Smoooth. She is coming.
Oh Lord. I love
my
it.
God.
I love it. Yeah, so let's continue on, man. What got you into being a real estate investor?
All right, so 5 years ago, during COVID again, me and my wife was sitting down, just looking at different, streams of avenue streams of income, and we was like looking into real estate, and it was like, okay, let's try to get into, investing and giving people places to stay, and things like that. So we got into it 5 years ago. We did our research, of course, got with some different realtors and people who have been doing it for a while. And we decided to, jump off the porch, how the young people say, and buy our first property. We bought a fourplex, it was a turnkey. And we just went from there. And they're all in Granite City. So we started there, and it's just been good ever since. And actually, my wife is a realtor now. She's been a realtor for like 2.5 years now. So we just kind of like sticking to the real estate game and learning more about it on both sides of and kind of like understanding both sides, the real estate investment side and the realtor side. So like I said, got into it like I did with Cornhole during COVID.
Nice. And stepping into something like I like to say at times, stepping outside your comfort zone, stepping outside the box. Talk about for you making that decision to get into the real estate. How much was it for you just to say, let me go ahead and step out on faith, except for you being like, I don't know if it's meant for me to go ahead and do this, or being scared to make that move?
I mean, it was scary. It was scary to do it. I mean, of course, because you investing your time and your money into something. So it's scary to do it. But I just have a thing now, if you don't try, you'll never know, right? So we wanted to get out there and try it and see what happens. And like I said, ever since then, it's been great. You know, we love it. You know, like I said, my wife is a realtor now, and we just continue to push forward with the real estate game and investment and trying to teach others to get into it also, because it's long term. You know, it's long term. It creates generational wealth. So.
That's what's up, man. Shouts out to your wife. I saw that she left a laughing emoji at Annie's expense, talking about clean fun and Freaknik and everything. So shouts out to her.
I mean, you tried to make it seem like you was at a revival or a convocation or something. It was called Freaknik.
It was a lot of I can't speak from. I'm sure Jay can, but it's pretty maybe a lot of missionary stuff going on, right?
Yes,
I'm sure there was. I've seen the video.
Yes, it was. Smooth with 3 O's. Yes,
I'm sure there was a lot of laying on the fans and
flag on the play. Come on now.
Sure.
I was just out there praying. I was praying for everybody.
Kneeling going
out of pocket. Okay.
I was out there praying for everybody. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you want to call it? That's a different type of prayer. But
yes,
okay.
Yes, buddy, it was.
Bunny, he was like, bless you. Bless.
Okay, with y'all.
I'm judging you. College Annie is judging y'all.
That's your judging face, Annie.
And there she go right there. Shouts out to the wife. She says, hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
Shouts out to wifey.
All I know is, look, before Nelly made tip drill, he could have been down there where y'all was and doing all that. Okay, he didn't need to make no video. It was live. Okay,
that was probably where you got it from.
Right, he probably was.
he got that idea. Like, oh, you know what? The credit card. I like that.
That's exactly where that came from. He didn't invent that. I've seen the videos.
Let me try that. Hold on. Come here, girl. Come here.
Oh, man, y'all a mess.
Oh, off the chain already. On the platform.
Hey, but I
Sports Talk Show.
Sports Talk.
We can touch different topics. It only counts in some way with sports.
Hey,
I love it.
We said keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? So we doing that right now. But going back, talk about this photo right here.
Oh, bro, you did some research right there. Oh man, that was back in 2000, maybe 12, 13, I can say. I was doing an actual party with my bro twin, man. His name DJ Scott Free. Shout out to DJ Scott Free. He's still on the ones and twos right now. And yeah, man, that was back then when I was heavy in the game.
Okay.
Man, you went back.
Oh yeah, you know I'm known for that. Bunny will tell you I'm known for
bringing the receipts out.
There you go. There's proof. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Got that going on right there. And let me see if I have another good one here. Talk about your time as
coach.
Man,
I miss them days right there, man. You talk about a good group of young men right here. This is at North County Christian when I was coaching the junior high team, man. I coached there for 5 years and met some great people, man. I've seen these young men grow up to be great young men. So, you know, I was all about just these young men growing up in a different environment, man, and trying to teach them the right way, coming from where we came from, and just, you know, just to see them and love on them, man. This is just amazing right here, bro. I got to get this picture. You need to send it to me. I got to find it because this is one of the ones that touched my heart, man, because all these young men right here are successful.
Now that's good, clean fun. Not what you was talking about earlier.
That's the same. I should have took a picture of Freaknik just like that.
Just all the networking that was happening.
Stop it, Annie. Stop it.
But you're not gonna let it go. I'm telling you, Jay. She ain't gonna let it go.
I appreciate it. And Coach right there, man. Coach is a comedian now, man. So yeah, shout out to Coach, man. So yeah, that's love right here, bro. That's love.
What led you to get into coaching?
Well, my son was playing basketball. He started playing around when he was 5 or 6 years old, and I took over his team and started coaching, man. I coached for 15 years, man. And as he got older, I went back to junior high. And I got hired at North County Christian. And is in Florence. I don't know if you guys know about North County Christian
Oh yeah.
middle school and high school. Yeah, I got hired there. And man, I just loved it, man. I loved the school. I loved the people there, and I stayed there. And yeah, man, that's how I got into it, man. But I always played ball anyway. So growing up, I always had a love for sports, like you said, and I always wanted to be a coach, man. And that's how I got it. I started at the YMCA, and then went to a C and started coaching. Then I got hired at North County Christian. So I had been coaching for a while.
So it's crazy because I do have history with North County Christian.
Really?
Back during my grade school years, I went to a private school, Gateway Christian,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
one of our rival schools was North County Christian.
Yeah. Yeah.
Used
I
to have
remember.
some of the best rivalry games, just games period against them. And yes, I definitely remember North County Christian. I
Yeah.
used to have a partner who went there as well. After he left Gateway, he went to North County Christian. But
Okay.
yeah, so definitely shouts out to North County. They gave us some amazing battles back in the day before I eventually went to high school and played for Vashon High School. So
Okay. The V.
yeah, definitely got history there, man. So that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yes, sir.
As a coach, were there any coaches that you were inspired by, that you looked up to, that you say, you know what, I see what he or she was doing, and it
Mhm.
was like, you know what, I want to kind of bring that to what I'm doing for these kids.
You know who I used to look up to all the time? Floyd. I used to watch Floyd, on the sidelines going to the games and how he assembled those young men to get them to play hard every possession, and the respect that they had for each other and him, man. That's what I wanted to be like. And then of course in North Carolina had, one of the best coaches at the time. Duke had one of the best coaches at the time. So people in college and also, but just home base was Floyd. I always used to watch him and watch what he did. And I said, man, I want to do the same things for young men, because it's just something about being a coach and, seeing them become great young men. And it just sticks with you, man. There's just a lot of love there.
Yeah, you almost mentioned that's Annie doesn't want to hear.
Oh, Duke. I did it on purpose, though, Annie.
I was with you. He was like, Carolina had a great coach. And I was like, yes. And then you were like, Duke. And I was like,
That was on purpose.
I know. So now more Freaknik jokes are coming your way.
I know.
Oh, she's locked and
Keep it
loaded.
to yourself.
More clean jokes from Annie coming.
Right. More clean, more good, clean comedy is coming your way.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
That's what's up, man. So you mentioned this earlier, and after you bring it up, I'll give our testimony in regards to what it has done for the Sports Talk Show brand. But you mentioned COVID and how much it has pretty much changed your life. Now we know that it has had a major effect, a lot maybe negative in regards to people not surviving, from having COVID. But talk about what COVID meant to you and how what it did for you in regards to just your life and your career.
Okay, I'll start with my life. It really helped you sit down and, understand who you are, get to love on your family even more. You get to, surround yourself with the people who are around you at that time, because you couldn't get out, and go visit people. You having these Zoom calls with family, and things like that. So I think it built, character to help you, I guess I could say more like love on each other, because I mean, we only had each other at that time, and wasn't able to go outside, like I said, but you was able to do things at home and do more research. You get to do more learning about different things that you may not ever touch before, because all we had social media. So you was like, well, let me try to learn about this or that, or try to introduce new things into your life, because you didn't have anything else. And then also it made you humble, because you just never know what can happen in life. So I got COVID twice. So, I'm blessed that I'm here, because you just never know what could have happened with that. But yeah, it helped you sit within yourself, love yourself, and then, show others love, because we only here for a certain amount of time.
Facts. And I'll go ahead and say, just for the Sports Talk Show, like I said, we've been doing the show for 8 years, and it's been a great thing, a great run. But before COVID, we didn't have a lot of guests. We may have a sprinkle of guests, but it wasn't in regards to, wow, this person, that person. But once COVID hit, it allowed people who usually weren't available to become available because everyone was at home. You couldn't play sports. You couldn't do this. You couldn't do that. Or if you did play sports, it had to be a certain schedule, that you had to have. Now, they didn't want to have people exposed to so many things, whatever it was. But for the sports talk show, once again, it allowed us to be able to reach out to people who became available. And because of platforms like Zoom and StreamYard and others, it allowed us to be able to get the time to talk to a lot of people. And all of a sudden, it was like every week, and Bunny, you can attest to this too, but like every week we started having guests on guests on guests
That's
on
awesome.
guests. You know what I'm saying? And then because of those people who were on the show, whoever we want to get on next, maybe they had a connection to that person who we already had, and you're like, oh yeah, this is a great show. Get on here, whatever. So we had guests coming on the show, whether it was on Zoom or even in person. We had the mask on, the whole nine, but we was able to still bring people on. So like COVID, and this condolences to those who did lose people, a family member, friend, etc. Our condolences to those who did lose someone. But it actually propelled us because, as you were saying before, COVID not allowed, but it opened up our eyes to a lot of things.
Yeah.
And it made you be like the person that you was pre-COVID, and the way that you were moving couldn't be the same that you are right now, because times have changed and you can't have the same exact, oh, well, I used to do it like this. No, because life is different now. You have so many jobs, like you brought up earlier, in which we can work from home now, where it wasn't an option, or as much of an option as it was prior to COVID. So yes, that propelled this brand to a whole different level, where all of a sudden it's like, boom, here come that person, here come this. So it was definitely amazing, I would say, on behalf of our show. So just to hear how things jumped off with your real estate, and then leading into Cornhole with Smoooth.
Yes,
So
sir.
what made you get into just the Cornhole experience, should I say?
So like I said, during COVID, I was, looking online. Of course, at the time we had a lot of time at home. So I was looking at certain YouTube channels. ESPN had some actual games on there. And I was like, you know what, it's something different. And of course, we didn't play in the backyard or at a bar. I'm like, oh, okay, this is cool or whatever, right? So I actually did some research and found the bar over here. I'm over in Illinois now, in Mehlville area. And it's a place called Silver Creek, and they had like a little tournament going on. I had no idea what I was doing. I showed up, and there's a couple guys up there like, hey, come out here and just play. So I went there and played and was making like 1 or 2 bags in a hole. And they were like, oh, you're pretty good. I'm like, I guess, So I did that one time, and I went back home. I got on Facebook and started searching like cornhole events in the area. And I ran into a young lady by the name of Jen Jones. She's the director of Dardine Perry Cornhole out in the St. Charles and like the Newtown area. And she sent me a list of different events that was going on in the area. And then I started attending, and I started playing. And I started playing competitively like maybe a year or 2 after that. And I started my own cornhole club with a guy named Tony Franks. And it was called Black Mambas Cornhole, which we started in Belleville because me and him are both Kobe fans. I had always had a niche for like, oh, I always want to, do something different, right, with cornhole since I'm playing. And I started traveling more, started playing more, competitively more. I'm out here winning games. Traveling out to Vegas, to Arkansas, to Florida, different areas playing this game and meeting new people and networking. And I was sitting down in January, actually. I like, you know what? I want to create a brand, with cornhole, right? So, and I'm all about bringing communities together, right? So my motto is cornhole with Smoooth, bringing a community together one bag at a time. So I truly mean that, we can use cornhole as a foundation to kind of bring everybody together, because everybody don't have the knowledge or the resources to understand what's, not understand or have that in their circle, right? Just like pickleball or anything like that, it might not be introduced to certain areas. So I want to be the one to do that. So that's why I created Cornhole with Smoooth, the brand and the podcast, to bring communities together and just bring everybody on and have a good time, and and show them a light, And I just had a little story I just want to tell. I was down at the Barbers and Backpack back to school event this past Sunday. I don't know if you guys know Rance John. He's a barber. He has a barbershop called Fade Focus Gallery down on Jefferson.
Yep.
And it was a young brother. He had 3 kids. He was a single father. He had 2 girls and a little boy, and they was playing. I had brought my boards down, and they were just playing. And we got to talking. He was like, man, what is this all about? And I was kind of explaining what I do and, what's my purpose. And he was like, man, I would never even thought of even this game. And it's an avenue for my kids, something different for them instead of basketball, football, baseball, or whatever it is. This could be a different avenue for them because, quiet as it kept, it's some kids getting scholarships for this and going to universities, and it can potentially be in the Olympics in the next couple of years. So wow. I want to introduce this game because it's not really in our communities like that. So it's something else I want to do, but I also play and I love the game too. So I kind of like put 2 and 2 together, and I came up with this, man, with the help of one of my sponsors, Iris in the City. Shouts out to Iris Gerdine. She's was the one who actually came up with the name, man. We've been going strong for the last 5-6 months now, and the networking and the love and support has been given, coming towards us has been amazing. And I want to give a shout out to my team, Nick Bangert. He's my co-host, and my producer and marketing director, Elise Whitelaw. I just want to give a shout out to them because they really are part of the team and helping this team grow.
And that's crazy because
that's me.
You just said earlier that kids are now, it's a possibility of getting scholarships playing cornhole.
Yes.
That's amazing. And if cornhole was popping back in the early 90s, late 90s going to 2000, oh my goodness. So just to see how cornhole is expanding is very similar to, as you were saying earlier about pickleball, which I appreciate those sports because a couple years ago, I was trying to act like I was 23 years old and I was going for a dunk and I ruptured my patellar tendon. So ever since then, like I don't play basketball no more in regards to like playing competitive. I may just shoot, every now and then, but I appreciate sports like pickleball and then cornhole because you don't have to do as much in regards to scoring or whatever it is. So I appreciate that. But going back as you all see this photo right here, where was this photo taken and what event was this?
This was in Peoria, Illinois. This is called a Peoria Major. So it's one of the big majors. So we have major events where all the players come from all around to play in these major events to, we have majors in different cities. And like I said, we have plenty of people come down, different teams, different vendors, different bag companies. They all come down to these big majors and you compete against the best of the best, and this is me in Peoria, man, with my sleeve and my glove on because I wear a glove because my hands they get a little sweaty when I'm playing in the sleeve. It's just my style. You know how it is when in sports. You look good, if you look good, you play good, right? So that's how I do things. But I have a funny story about basketball too. I was playing the 50 and over league in Delwood just this year, and I tore a tendon in my left foot, so I'm not playing that anymore. So
see,
trying to get back out there again. I don't know if I lost them or not.
Oh, there we go. Sorry about that.
Okay. I was making sure y'all was still good. Yeah.
Here we go. Let's try it again. Talk about this comment from Miss Dub saying that it's not as easy as it looks.
Yes, Miss Dub, it's not because look, you have to understand the object of the game. You got to have strategy, and the game is more mental than physical, right? So you got to understand that you can play the game. You have 4 bags, right? And you're playing against a different player if you're playing singles, right? And my game is I like to play the dirty game. So I like to block people, like to roll over bags, like to throw the air mail and stuff like that. So you have to play defense also, because nowadays everybody can throw. If they play competitively all the time, everybody can go in the hole, right? But you got to have some type of strategy to stop the other person from scoring. So it is not as easy as it looks. A lot of people get out there and think they can play. Yeah, it's not that. It's not that at all. When I first went to play, and I thought I was good. I thought I went down to that bar and thought I was good. And I went to my first big tournament. I was getting beat like 21-0, 21-2. I was humbled. But I said, okay, I'm going to continue to work on my game and keep playing. And shouts out to Corey. You know Corey, right? Corey made my first set of boards. So he made my first set of boards. I started practicing in the backyard, and it was just like, hey, I'm going to get better.
So you just brought it up earlier about you losing 20-something to 0, wherever it is. You know how we are as Black people. We make our own rules when it comes to like Uno and whatever else it is.
Yeah.
So is there an official rule or scoring method in regards to cornhole, and can you explain that?
Yes. So the game is to 21, right? So each player has 4 bags, and it's cancellation scoring. So say, for instance, all 4 of us, like I throw 4 bags in and my competitor throw 4 bags in, nobody scores, right? So say, for instance, I throw all 4 bags mine's in, that's 12 points. And other person has 2 bags in and 2 bags on. They only have 8 points. So I get 4 points. So it's cancellation scoring. So you got to get 21 to win. So it's a tough game. It's like I said, it's not easy. Jody Thurman is in the chat. He's one of my sponsors. Shouts out to Blueprint Cornhole. He's a brother out of Kentucky. So shouts out to him. He has his own bag company. He just sponsored me this year. But yeah, it's very like I said, mental, and you got to have strategy, but you got to get 21 to win the game. And sometimes some games can last forever. If you're playing somebody as good as you, it can last.
What's been like the longest that you actually played a match?
The longest, maybe I played one match. It was like 35 rounds. So that can be up to about 30 minutes to 45 minutes. It depends. And your arm, man, be worn out. You wore out.
Andy, I saw your face. You was like 35.
Yeah, 35 rounds. It's a lot. Yeah. So this picture right here is I'm sorry, go ahead, Andy.
No, I would go sit down. I don't have it in me.
No, you would. You're a competitor. You're a competitor. No, you wouldn't.
Yes, she is.
No, once we get to like 10, we got to rock, paper, scissors or something to decide a winner. We're not going to keep doing this back and forth with the bags. We got to thumb wrestle, leg wrestle. We got to break this tie somehow. I'm not going 35 rounds.
Oh, no. That must be that Tar Heels mentality. I don't know about that.
That's better than a Mamba mentality.
I don't know. Oh, Kobe? Oh, stop it. Stop it.
She took it there.
I know Jordan came from there, but hey, I love Jordan also. So
no, Jordan would leg wrestle you. Jordan would not go 35 rounds with you back and forth.
Oh, you never know, man. These type of games.
Unless there was some money on it.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of money in this, so it's a lot of money in this.
What do the prizes look like?
Oh, it can. This where I'm throwing right here. The pot was $5,000. That's down into Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's just recently, 2 months ago, and I actually got second place. Yeah. Wow. Yep. So that's in Tulsa. Yeah, that was big time. That's big time. It was on streamed on YouTube, and I hit a replay shot on there. They actually were streaming, and it was a nice little shot, like a sneaking around bag to go in the hole. So yeah, that's pretty cool, Smooth, man. You on your job, bro. I love it. I love it, bro.
And is it mixed gender, or do like men compete against men, women compete against women?
So you can mix because they have a women's division. It's no men's division, so women can participate in men, and they have a women's division, women doubles, women singles. You got men singles. You got seniors. You got stuff like that too. But yeah, women can play, and we are inviting more women to come to the sport because we do need more women to play. But it is a lot of great women that play. I mean, it's some absolutely women that can get out here and beat up on a lot of men. I've had it happen to me before, so plenty of times. So there's
So
no discrimination.
so I have in my hand a bean bag right now.
Oh yeah.
So I've been seeing people with different motions in regards to how they throw, this thing. I
Yeah.
see people doing, throwing like this, up. Then you have people who throw it sideways. Is there a certain method that it needs to be done, or it just pretty much based off of the person and just your skill?
Yes, it depends on the person and their skill, but I hold mines like this, and I come with a motion. I stand up and do it. I do mine, and I throw like this, and I come up like that, and I always want to kind of like see my palm of my hand when I release, so I can throw a flatter bag. But everybody have their own different range and motion when they throw their bag. But yeah, it's different grips and all different kind of bags. I should have brought a bag up so I can show you guys the different bags I have, but they have different materials on it, carpet bags. They got regular, like different smoother bags and things like that. But yeah, it's different grips, but it's to your liking, right? Whatever is comfortable for you, because everybody has a different type of throw.
So, as I brought up earlier, when I brought up the Poe brothers, I played softball with them.
Mm-hmm.
Great times and amazing times, amazing players that they both were. And I know that in certain leagues, you couldn't use a certain bat for softball. You had to, it had to be a certain regulation.
Right.
Brought up in regards to the bean bags for cornhole. So for certain tournaments, do they have a certain regulation where it can't be this or it has to be that, or it doesn't matter?
No, you have to have regulation bags. And any American Cornhole Association, American Cornhole League, it's two different organizations, but we all play with the same type of bags, and they have the same regulation bags. But yeah, if you go into like a recreational tournament or something like that, you can throw whatever. It doesn't matter. But when you go into these actual, big time tournaments and stuff, you have to have regulation bags. So they are marked. They have their ACO stamps and ACL stamps on them. They have to be the year bag. You like to say for 25, 26, you have to have that type of bag to play. And things like that. They have to be regulation. They have a certain weight. I can't speak on the weight. Jody's still on here because he make the bags. What's the weight on the bags? I always forget, but you have to have a certain weight for the bag also. You can't have like a super heavy or a super, super light bag. It has to be the same all across the board.
That's crazy. Yeah, see, this is why we have
you play dirty. You say you use a dirty strategy. So you be out here
dirty.
Yes, you be out here sneaking quarters in your bags or something. You be trying to weigh them down.
Well, they only do that at Tar Heel Nation, but no,
right. That was a quick shot fire too, a quick one.
But now I call it the dirty game because I like to block, right? So if you put a bag in the middle of the board, it's harder for somebody to try to go around it, or you have to make them shoot an air mail to go over your bag. That's what I mean by dirty. So I dirty the board up because I can roll a bag, so I can grip the bag and I can just roll over a bag. That's what I mean by dirty, because everybody can't do it. Because again, anybody that's getting better at this game can go hole for hole. So if we're doing it every round, that means that we'll be there all day trying to win a game until somebody miss. So you try to change your strategy up so you can make the other person think about their shots or mess up their shots. So that's what I mean by dirty.
And we have the comment from Jody. Bag has to be 6x6 in size. Weight can be 15.75 to 16.25 ounces in weight.
Yep.
There we go. So for
so
those
is there trash talking?
Oh
yes. Bring that up, please.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of, and then man, we play basketball, football. It's the same thing. But me, I don't trash talk. I put my earbuds in because I try to concentrate a lot. Because a lot of times players will try to talk to you to get you out your game. Have a conversation while you're trying to play. Like I don't want to talk. After my round, maybe we can sit back and have a conversation, a quick conversation. But during the game, no. But yeah, it's guys that talk crap all day. I mean, big time.
That would be my strategy. I would just flirt. I would just wear low cut tops and tight pants and be like, "Oh, did I drop my ball? Excuse me."
They just go.
Oh, can you
throw all
carry
four
this
bags
bag
in.
for me? It's so heavy. That would be my strategy.
Hey,
I
that's a
just distract
strategy.
people.
That's a strategy, though. So I mean, you can use what you know. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that too.
Look, use
Like that.
the
Use
bag
what your
you
mama
got.
gave you,
Bag
baby.
you
Use what
going
your
with
mama
you. Use
gave
the
you.
bag you throw.
Yeah. I mean, it might work, and it might not. So you never know. You just never know who you're playing against.
Such clean advice from
I
Andy.
knew you was gonna do. I knew he was gonna say
We
that.
said we was doing good, clean fun. So that's what I'm saying. Look, I'm trying to win. I heard $5,000 for something I do on like a Saturday night. So
Yeah,
I'm trying to get in there.
yeah. It's different tournaments in different areas. After we get off this call, Andy, I'll send you the name of the actual application that you use. It's called Scoreholio. You can find actual tournaments in your area just by typing in wherever you live in or whatever, and then you'll find something maybe like a 5 mile radius, or less. And Florida's big too, so I mean it's gonna be everywhere. It's everywhere right now, everywhere.
Are there cornhole groupies?
Groupies, Cornhole. You know what? I see it's some people that if you're a pro, I'm not a pro, but it's some pros who have groupies that follow them everywhere they go, and they like their fan club.
Okay.
Are they part of that clean fan club?
Clean fun. Yeah.
I'm sorry, mind you, ladies, that he had to think for a quick second because his wife is watching. So he had to think, okay, wait a minute. All right, fan club.
Look at this guy.
He said they have groupies. I'm not a pro. I ain't got groupies.
I'm just I just got a brand. I just got a brand.
I am not a pro.
So is your wife into it too? Like, is this a family thing, or she just supports your dreams?
No, she just supporting my dreams. She is not into it like that. She like them tournaments take too long for her. She was like, I'm ready to go.
Me and wife would be making a Starbucks run or something, because I would be like,
yes, because I can tell you, I can go to a tournament that started at 10 a.m. and if I'm winning, I might be there to about 3 or 4. Yeah. Yeah,
so like a whole work shift right there.
Yeah, it is. If you win it, you there. But sometimes you can go what they call a blind draw. Is when you go to a open tournament and they draw you with somebody else, and you might not get a player that's as good. You might get knocked out early, so you might have an early night. But if you're going to one of these majors or big time tournaments in the area with your doubles partner, or you're going to play singles and you're winning, you can be there all day and night.
What's the furthest that cornhole has taken you in regards to a state?
Vegas. I went out to Vegas last October, and I actually did pretty well. I went out there and played with a guy from Georgia. We met up down there, and we played. We did well. That's my first time. That was actually my first time in Vegas. And I had my son come out, and my brother went with me, and one of my buddies from Walnut Park came out and supported. So we had a good time. It was a good time. We had a really good time, and I threw very well. So, yeah, Vegas was the furthest. And like I said, I've been to Vegas, Florida. We always going to Arkansas. I just came back from Tulsa. Where else I've been? I've been so many places in these last couple of years. Looking to go down to Texas. They have a Dallas major down there. KC will have a major this year. I go to KC. I've been to KC a few times, but I want to go to a major there. Where else? Alabama has a lot. Mississippi, Kentucky. I mean, it's all around. New York, South Carolina. It's everywhere. North Carolina, actually. I got a buddy who stays in North Carolina that actually makes cornhole merchandise also, and he also plays. And he has an actual group called River City Cornhole in North Carolina also. I forgot what city he's in, but Andy, I can actually kind of like, are you in Florida?
He wins?
Yeah, he does well. He's a pro.
Need a fan club?
He's a pro.
Okay. All right.
He's a pro. He's a pro. Yeah, that's my son, Kyrie Mason, on her. That's who said did a great job in Vegas. He came down. So, yeah, that's what's up.
So as you're making these trips and traveling for competitive reasons, is that an opportunity for your wife to join for vacation reasons?
Oh, yeah, it's always an opportunity for that because, like I said, it's majors every month. So it's from, like I said, from the East Coast to the West Coast. If you just want to go to all of them, you can. If you don't, of course, it costs, of course. But, yeah, it's an opportunity for vacation all the time, because, like I said, we next year they'll be having the actual world championships in Oregon. So that's going to be one I really look forward to going because I've never been to Oregon. We usually have them down in Kentucky, but they're going to Oregon and next year.
So as of right now, you're at the point where you still have to pay for your own trips, or are you getting sponsors to do that for you?
Jody, he's on here. That's my sponsor, Jody. But yeah, right now I am. But, hopefully, where things go, and I continue to progress as a player and with my brand, I wouldn't have to worry about that.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. And going back to what you said before about pretty much playing all day, that's how it was for me when I played softball, especially when I played in these certain leagues where they had round robin tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
So the first game be like at 8 a.m. And if you keep on winning, then you're not done till like 5, 6 p.m.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. I played softball a lot too. I used to play at St. Ferdinand and BMAC and all those places. So I know, man. Yeah. Look, you see what you say, make pro, we can talk. So you want to be a pro, then you're going to give me some money, I guess. But
I don't know, Andy, because if he's a pro, you know what that means.
Don't worry. I got you, wifey. I'll be back his fan club because I'll be with my North Carolina guy. And then if I see anybody around J Smoooth, I'll be like, excuse me, I'm Annie with 4 O's. And we don't do this here. I'm the only one who is the fan club. So,
yeah.
Wifey.
Respect. But yeah, hopefully with the brand, man, it's really doing well, man. And hopefully it can push forward that, I can use some of those funds to, fund some of the trips and things like that if everything continues going how it's going. So.
And I saw this and I wanted to bring it up because it can show the importance of what you're doing with Cornhole and how it can affect the community. So talk about this photo right here.
Bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's the photo I was telling you about down in Faith Focus. They had the back to school. And that's the young man, the young single father right there, bro. That makes me a little emotional, man, because he brought his 2 daughters and son there because he said he didn't have the funds to get supplies. And he was just happy to see me down there doing something different, man. I gave them all sets of bags, man. And man, it was just a joyful time to see the smiles on their faces. Because, like I said, they came down there, the barbers, they did their braids. You see the young lady braids, they look so nice. They gave them all haircuts, man. And he just was like, he's grateful to see us supporting each other. And yeah, and like I said, it's just a new game for him. He never knew. He said he played at a bar before, but he never knew it was professionals out here playing or semi-pros or whatever you want to call it are actually doing this. But what I'm doing is something totally different. I play in the game, but I'm actually having a brand to help the community too. So yeah, he was very appreciative, man. Much love to him, man, because he's out there doing this thing as a single father with those 2 beautiful girls and that young man. And the young man, I did a little contest with all of them, and the young man actually won. So I gave him a special set of bags with my name on it, with my brand on it, man. So that means a lot, man. This picture right here means a whole lot.
That's dope, man. Yeah, it definitely has to be an incredible feeling to be able to make a positive impact, especially doing things that you love to do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Let's see
So
here.
who was like the Michael Jordan of Cornhole?
One of the best players in Cornhole right now.
Other than my man in North Carolina.
Other than your man in North Carolina, I would say it's a few. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's these kids. These kids are coming out right now and beating up on all of us. The one young kid that's in my organization, ACO, that just won. I think he's maybe in his late teens, early 20s. His name's Sebastian Borger. He just won. He won World, so he won the whole thing in singles. He's one of the best players in the area. On the ACL side, I would say, let me try to see. It's so many different guys that are really, really good. Let me see. Jeremiah Ellis is one of the guys that's really good. Ryan Trader, he's actually from Illinois. He's really, really good. Mason Trader, his brother, is really good. Man, it's so many different guys, man. That's are really like big time pros that play the game. But I wouldn't say one stands out. It's several that stand out. It's a lot of great players. It's one of those games. It's anybody can play, anybody can win, right? You know, it's one of those times like, you know, it's cornhole, so you can have a bad game, and that bad game can lose. You can lose that status just that one time. You know, because hey, you just never know. You just never know. But no, it's several different players are great, but these kids now, they need to change. They need to start a league for these children because these 12 and 13-year-old kids that don't have jobs or families, all they do is practice all day.
Has there been times as a competitor where you came from a tough game and you come home, maybe your wife didn't come with you to the game and you come home and you got like a bad attitude? Have you had to deal with that before, or has she had to deal with you having a bad mood from maybe a bad performance or tournament playing cornhole?
You know what? I mean, I might have, like, I probably was disappointed. I don't think I had a bad attitude because what I do is if I have a bad game, I go down to the basement and start practicing. So I don't really bring it home, really. You know what I'm saying? I might say something to her or may vent about it, but my focus is, okay, what did I do wrong in those games? Well, let me go correct it. So I just go right down in the basement and start practicing. So I don't try to bring it home, you know, but of course you're going to be upset because you didn't win or you had a bad game and stuff like that. But I try not to bring it home like that. I take it down to the basement, bro. That's what I always do.
That is not where I thought that question was going. You were like, he's like, these kids are beating us. And you were like, have you ever had a time where you had to? And I thought you was about to say hem a kid up or choke a kid out, knock a kid upside the head or something. I was like,
no. No.
I'm not saying I wouldn't. A little kid beat me. I'll take my belt off so soon. I'm like, come here.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute. The wifey calling you out. Definitely vent.
Okay. Yeah, I vent. But like she knows that if I vent and after I get through venting, I'm going downstairs. I'm going to
get back in the lab. Go to work.
Get back in the lab. I'm going to try to go throw at least about 50 bags just to try to get back on my rhythm.
That's what's up, man. And speaking of the wifey, got to go ahead and show her love to talk about this moment right here and just how much she has meant to you since day one.
Oh man, 5 years in Barbados, man. This was just in July. We spent 5 years of marriage in Barbados, man. We've been together over 13 years, man. This is my rock right here. She changed my life. She means everything to me. This is why Cornhole with Smoooth is created, because she told me that, hey, take a leap of faith and do it. She said, you can do it. And I did it. You know, she always had my back, man. She supported me 100%. Like I said, that's my rock and my best friend right here, you know. And I love her to death, man. That's a beautiful picture. Yep.
But you forgot y'all took that picture? Or you didn't realize the angle like got y'all in the great light and just showing the $1 million smile on the wall?
Yeah.
Right. It was
pictures you ain't seen before. Smoooth. You in this man's basement. How you get these man's pictures?
That's what I'm saying. Smoooth the man. Smoooth is the man. Smoooth the man right there. But no, it was the waiter. He took the picture. And yeah, like I said, he was there celebrating our 5-year anniversary in Barbados, man. Yes, sir.
That's beautiful.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I got to go see Rihanna's house too.
Oh, okay.
And you didn't take me? I knew we wasn't friends.
Come on, Andy. Come on.
I knew we wasn't friends. I can't believe you were that close to Riri and didn't take me.
Yep, and I call her Reed. I call my wife Reed. So yeah. Yep. So that's dope.
Smoooth. I have to make my exit. It was girls' first day of school. We on that school schedule again. You gotta do a disappearing act.
Nice to meet you, Bonnie.
Good night,
Nice to meet you as well.
Yeah.
Good luck in that. Well, many blessings to you in your future endeavors. Hey, stop with Cornhole.
Thank you.
All of the branding you're doing, DJing, and you on the ill side. I'm on the ill side.
Okay, that's all. That's all. I need to get you out there and play some cornhole, though.
So one more time.
I need to get you out there and play some cornhole.
Yeah, I'm a good side commentator for you. Good color commentator. All of that competition. The way my life is set up, this is my competition right here. Okay.
I understand. Oh, that's beautiful.
What's the name again? What's the name again?
It's only you.
Hope you had a good first day.
Happy birthday.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. I'm telling thank you. Bye. Girl, get off.
About to go.
All right, buddy. There we go. So once again, this is your Wednesday night Sports Delight, the Platform Sports Talk Show. I'm your boy Smoooth with 3 O's. You have Annie holding things down and
With
Florida.
4 O's.
And we have the special guest, Jay Smoooth with
2 O's, baby.
There we go. What a show we have for y'all. This either from Freak Nick to one of the choke out kids to Cornhole. I mean, hey, we got it all tonight. Speaking of Cornhole, once again, let's talk about the Cornhole with Smoooth podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So Cornhole with Smoooth podcast was created after I created my brand. Oh, man, this is down in Tulsa again, man. That's my co-host, Nick Bangert, man. That's the one of the voices of ACO, American Cornhole Association, man. And organization, I'm sorry. His name is Rich Powell, man. He does a lot of actual, content creating. He does a lot of videos for ACO. And we was able to sit down and have an interview with him, man. That was a lot of love right there. A lot of love for them to allow us to sit down with them, to interview with them, to learn more about what they do on the back end of things, because me being a new as an actual brand for them to allow me to come down there and have interviews with them. It was amazing. So yeah, shouts out to Rich Powell and ACO for allowing that.
And how often do you have the podcast?
Podcast actually drops. One of our episodes drop tomorrow with Michelle Thompson. She's actual a sideline reporter and a commentator for the ACL. So we interviewed her, and the episode drops tomorrow at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, and we try to drop them every 2 weeks or every other Thursday. So yeah, we're gonna be on episode 9. I'm gonna have 12 episodes for the first season and take a little break and come back with season 2. It's been doing well.
And what's next for your cornhole professional journey and for the podcast? What's in store?
So what's in store for me for the actual podcast? Like I said, we'll be stopping at episode 12. Looking to do bigger and better things with Cornhole with Smoooth, the podcast, and brand. Better merch, more traveling, more sponsors, actually sitting down with pros or other people in different areas. Like I said, my podcast is not about cornhole just in general. It's the foundation. I have people in there about real estate. I got people, educators. I have, people in health and wellness, all type of things. I just want to bring everybody together, but I'm just using cornhole as that platform. But bigger and better things with that, more sponsors, more content creating and things like that. But as a player, I just want to continue to get better. If I become a pro, that's great. If not, I'm still going to continue to love the game, play the game. But hey, I'm going to get on that court. On that court every time. Hey, I'm going there as a winner. I'm going to win every time I get on those boards and everybody. And they know I'm going to come and compete. So they're going to continue to watch out for Jay Smoooth when he comes to them boards.
So, as an athlete, no matter what sport it is, when we come to a game, there is some kind of maybe routine that we have to do to get us ready. That's something that you do before a match in cornhole.
So what I do in a match, what I do is I actually the bags in my hand and just get the feel before the game starts. I kind of like juggle bags sometimes, or I sit down and just in silence with myself and just kind of talk to yourself a little bit, and try to stay focused because in every sport we get nervous, right? So I try not to get nervous. I try to go play the game like I play any other game, any other sport. But my routine before I throw is I have this routine. I step back and let the person throw. Then I step up and flip the bag up twice. Then I grip and throw. So it's just my routine every time. It's just like you want to make it consistent, right? So you can always have the same type of throw and you never lose your motion and stuff like that, because once you start doing that, that's when you start messing up, throwing off the board or to the sides and things like that. So, like I said, I always wear an earbud on one side of, my ear, whatever side the player is on, I try to wear on that side. So, they got to be yapping in my ear. So that's how I stay focused.
That's what's up, man. Well, thank you for sharing your story in regards to your background and how much cornhole has meant to you and how clean Freaknik was back in the day as well. We appreciate it.
Tar Heel Nation, baby.
We are rewriting history here on the Platform Sports Talk Show.
Yes. So let's get into some other sports topics because once again, this is your Wednesday night sports delight. Our very first, usual first segment is, you now have my attention. What sports story or stories has your attention? Annie, you up first.
Yeah, I should totally be prepared for this, but I was just thinking about in cornhole, do you go by like your last name, like in football? Do y'all have nicknames? And then I was like workshopping, like what would my cornhole name be? So, what has my attention? Shador Sanders, and even though it was a preseason game, and I know, just to see him not like collapse under the moment, take advantage of the opportunity he was given. And just to see people like actually root for him, and so that was good to see. I definitely consider myself like a Sanders internet auntie, like love him and Shiloh so much. Also, I was at the Jaguars Steelers preseason game in my Cowboys gear, of course. And so I was like in person for the 70-yard field goal. So that was, that's me and my mama at the Jaguars Steelers game.
Hey,
so I was hey, mama. So I was in person for the 70-yard field goal kick, which is pretty cool. I mean, at the time we were grumbling because there was like that short dump off on the middle and he like immediately went down and we were like, what are you doing? And then we didn't realize they had got the timeout. And then we were like, he's going to kick a 70-yard field goal? Like, what? Yeah. And then it was like, this is dumb. That's going. Oh, wait. And then it was like all this like celebration and stuff. So, yeah, that was wild. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just ready for football to be back. That's all.
So how many people in attendance would look at you crazy because you had on your Cowboys gear?
None, because they knew I was representing the best team in the league there. They were like just glad to have me in their presence. They welcomed me with open arms. They were like, our queen is here. So yeah, I mean, just lots of love and well wishes for a good season ahead, knowing that our team has a chance and their team doesn't. So yeah, it's always amazing to be a Cowboy in a football space. I'm royalty.
Oh man.
So Jay Smoooth, what has your attention?
Well, I was going to say Shador also because he just got injured. So he has an oblique injury. So they say he won't be playing on Saturday. So that has my my attention. And also in the WNBA, with all these toys being thrown on the court, that's been crazy. I don't know if you guys been following that, but that's been a big topic in these last couple of weeks in the WNBA.
Oh, we've been talking about it.
You guys been talking about it. So yeah, that's been kind of a topic I've been thinking about. And also Jerry Jones becoming the new coach of the Cowboys.
You know what? He might as well just completely self-destruct. You know what? Tell him to suit up and go play quarterback too. Let's just completely collapse upon ourselves at this point. I wouldn't be surprised.
And let's stick with that because this whole issue now that Micah Parsons said, you know what? I'm done with you, Jerry. And now he talking about he want to get traded or whatever. When he saw that, Annie, how did you feel?
I knew it was coming because Jerry always waits too long to pay his people. So it's going to cost him more money than it would have if he had just done this like 6 months ago when he could have had the chance. But my family, they're all Steelers fans. So of course I had to hear in our family group chat, like, could you imagine if we had Parsons on one side and Watt on the other side? We need to get Michael Parsons. And I'm like, with y'all cheap ownership? Now, if Jerry won't pay him, the Steelers definitely ain't gonna pay him.
Yeah.
Especially since they were hand-wringing about paying JJ Watt. So it wasn't gonna happen. But I mean, I feel like Jerry's gonna ultimately end up paying him. It's gonna cost him more than what it should have.
Yeah.
And it's just always a circus. I mean, I love a good circus, don't get me wrong, but not when you're playing with the money like that. So do your other circus stuff. I don't mind the other circus stuff. Just don't play with Micah.
Yeah, that's
On the
tough.
scale of 1 to 10, what's your trust level? 10 being, oh yeah, I fully trust this guy. What's your trust level with Dak Prescott?
Trust. I don't think that's the right word to describe my relationship with Dak Prescott. He will never be the quarterback that he once was. The quarterback he once was is a quarterback that could have taken a team to a championship had we built up in other places. I don't think he's a quarterback that can take a team to a championship if we're not going to heavily invest in other places as well. So, I mean, he's still my quarterback, as Terrell Owens said. He's my quarterback. So let him mean it. He's definitely like top 5 hottest quarterbacks in the NFL.
Oh, Lord.
So he's got that going for him. He wears the star. I mean, so we love him, but I don't think trust is the right word for Dak.
What you laughing at, Jay Smooth?
We say he's one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah, he's one of the top 5 hottest quarterbacks in the league, for sure. I mean, we all know who number 1 is.
Yeah,
we don't know. We don't know.
You know who the most attractive quarterback in football is. And if you say you don't know, you're being a hater.
No, I ain't. I don't care.
You're being a hater.
Football.
You're being a hater if you say that you don't know who the most attractive quarterback in football is.
Annie,
a hater.
Right now on the Platform Sports Talk Show, give us your top 5. You said 5 is.
Oh, I don't have them off the top of my head. I just look. Jalen Hurts won by a mile, by a country mile, with his thick country self. I'm wondering. Okay, Jalen Hurts. Come back, Annie. Okay. I don't know. Dak Prescott is in the top 5. Let me see. Who's black? Jalen Hurts, Kyler Murray.
I can't with Andy. I can't.
Kyler Murray's in there. Dak Prescott's in there. The kid from DC, Jaden Daniels, he's probably top 5.
Oh, goodness.
So you want an honest answer or you want an Andy answer?
Right.
So we're going to go Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow still.
Wait, are you saying the best or these are your hottest?
Top 5. And
you're talking about talent. I was talking about look.
No. I asked your hottest.
Oh, hottest. Oh, I was top 5. I was doing top 5.
Jay, you had me scared for a second, Jay.
No.
Talent. But let me ask you this.
Hey, edit that.
I was like, okay, Patrick Mahomes, all right. Josh Allen, okay. Then you kind of went off the board, and I was like,
let's see. Wifey, if he watches still.
Edit that one right there.
No, but let me ask you this. Do y'all think that Jalen Hurts, fresh off a Super Bowl and fresh off a Super Bowl MVP, should come into this season being regarded as one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL this season?
Top 5, yeah.
Yeah, he'd still be top 5. He'd be number 5 for me.
In terms of talent?
Yeah, he'll be top 5.
I feel like unanimously, I feel like Mahomes, Allen, and Lamar are like unanimously top 3.
Yep.
So my issue with that.
Okay.
My issue is Allen and Lamar cannot get over the hump. That's why I have to put them lower and put Hurts up there higher because he's been to the Super Bowl, 2 years? 2 out the last, 3 years?
3. Mm-hmm.
And just won a championship where it's great. And yes, being the MVP is amazing. Shouts out to you. But it don't mean a damn thing if you can't take your team to a Super Bowl and actually win as well. That's just my feelings. I feel, once again, they are amazing, incredible, talented guys. But if you keep on having this issue of not getting over the hump, that has a bigger spotlight from me on those players because you haven't took the team over the hump. That was Peyton Manning's issue for the longest time until he finally got over the hump. So until you can get over that hump, I had to have my reservations about Lamar Jackson and
Allen.
Josh Allen. I was saying this before, even before like the last 2 seasons with Lamar Jackson. Like, he's incredible, but it's always something that's stopping him from getting to that next level.
Mark Andrews' hands.
Man, say it again.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy. So Smooth, I'm going to cut you off.
But given that, so are you saying that you would put Burrow ahead of them? Burrow has been to a Super Bowl, though he didn't win.
I was going to ask
in the last 5 years. Would you put Purdy ahead of them because he was in the Super Bowl 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
So would you put Purdy and Burrow ahead of Allen and Jackson?
So Burrow didn't win, so he wouldn't be number 3. So I mean they're pretty not in the same boat because, like I said, as they are great players in regards to Lamar and Josh Allen. Would you want them if you were drafting the top 2 or maybe top 5? You definitely want to have a consideration for those 2 guys, especially over Purdy, who people think he's more of a system quarterback. Like he's good because of the parts around him. Like he hasn't been that guy that has led the team. Like, everyone get on my back, I'm gonna carry you, like what Tom Brady has done and what Aaron Rodgers has done in a period of time. Burrow, I do like him though. It's something special about Burrow. He just been hamstrung on injuries. That's what's killed him, and it's killed the chemistry on the Bengals. But I do support.
He haven't had a defense. He's been healthy at times. They just haven't had a good enough defense.
But
I agree.
I definitely like Joe Burrow, and he and Brock Purdy has been to the big game over Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. But I would definitely say for me, Burrow. Well, first off, I still got Mahomes number 1. I'm sorry.
Of course. Yeah, that's indisputable.
That's it right there.
It's like Jalen Hurts being the hottest quarterback in the NFL. There's one, and then there's everybody else competing for a second.
Yeah, but for me, I really do like Burrows a whole lot. So just for me, I would say Burrows, then Allen, then Lamar.
This is a hate crime.
So Smooth, you got Jalen at 5 also. Then, like me, I got Jalen at 5. You got Jalen at 5 also. Hurts.
I'm putting him. Let's see. I'm putting him right now. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, it's a toss up, really. I'm gonna go ahead and say right now, I'm gonna put him 2.
You put him 2.
2, and then 3 is Burrows. 4 Allen, 5 Lamar Jackson.
Lamar. Oh, you put Lamar 5.
Yeah, that's a hate crime.
Okay. Okay. That's not a bad list, though.
You get no more Freaknik passes if you got Lamar Jackson at 5.
Hey,
you gotta turn in your Freaknik card.
I couldn't go anyway because the wife won't let me. So
you gotta turn in your card. If you got Lamar Jackson at 5, that's
no credit card for me.
Nope.
Yeah, that's why you dealing in coins only. That's wild.
No tip drilling.
Yeah, you got pennies on that one. Jay, who you got in your top 5?
I said
we're talking about talent now, not hottie.
So that those words wasn't of Jay Smoooth before, but this is my top 5 right here. So of course I got we got Patrick in there, Mahomes, man, my homeboy. You got number 1. I'll go with Jalen number 2 right now. I'm gonna go Lamar number 3, Josh Allen, then Joe Burrow. Yeah, but I think Jalen, I don't know if he's gonna stay in the top 5 though. I mean, he played good, but he didn't play great. Not to me. He didn't play great. I mean, he got the job done, but he didn't play great as a passer. as a passer. He makes some plays, but as far as a passer, man, them other guys are actually better passers.
And I do have to say this. It definitely means a lot to have a talented guy right behind you in Saquon Barkley.
Man, you got to have that.
It makes your job so much more easier when you have a talent in Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, I agree.
And my last thing I would say about Jalen Hurts is I think it's something about an individual player or certain players that once they experience that championship, that win, that it can elevate their game and they want to get back to what they just came from that previous season.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I look forward to seeing this year is now that you had it, what are you going to do to get back to it?
Yeah, I agree.
Annie, your top 5.
So Dak Prescott. So now that we got that out the way. So Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. I might put Jalen at 4. And I'm gonna go wild card here. I'm gonna go Jaden Daniels.
That's not bad. That's not bad. I ain't mad at that. No, I ain't mad at it at all. Yeah, that's actually a great actual number 5, really, because he is really, really, really doing his thing.
Yeah. And I feel like what he did last year is sustainable. I don't feel like his rookie season was a fluke. I understand that like receiving core maybe changed up a bit. Yeah. You have a whole year of him on film, which of course, that's why we see sophomore slumps. You know, they got you on film. Teams can prepare for you a little bit differently. But I think he showed like really solid skills. I think he showed extremely solid decision-making. He showed very quick decision-making. I think the coaches trusted his leadership very early in the season and trusted him to like check down out of plays or to, you know, call his own number in an RPO. And so I think that that what he showed was not like a fluke.
Yeah.
And so yeah. So I think even though he's only going into his sophomore season, I'm willing to take him at a wild card at number 5. I mean, of course, like Burrow is in there. I don't know what it is about Burrow that irks me. There's just something about him that irks me. I guess I'm not a Herbert fan. Like Herbert to me is like the Julia Roberts of football. Like I don't get it. Like I don't see what y'all looking at. Like y'all trying to tell me this is like the beautiful game and all this other stuff, and I'm just like, we looking at the same.
So wait a minute. So you mean tell me that pretty woman didn't win your heart?
That movie's name is a misnomer. Who was the pretty woman in Pretty Woman? The clerk who wouldn't sell her clothes? Like what? Where was the pretty woman in Pretty Woman? Was it a question mark? I don't understand. No.
We are getting Annie tonight, y'all.
Oh Lord, I bet Julia Roberts is the same fans as Caitlin Clark, and now they're about to eat me up on Twitter.
Oh, TikTok about to tear you to pieces.
TikTok about to eat me up. Caitlin Clark is my number 5 quarterback in the NFL. How about that?
There we go. And going back to Jaden Daniels.
Smoooth is trying to tap out.
Right. Going back to Jaden Daniels, his second year, I do look forward to seeing what he's going to do because the hype that he has coming in was the hype that CJ Stroud had coming in last year.
Yes, sir.
And he had an okay season, but it wasn't like the wow that he had his first year. So I look forward to seeing what Jaden Daniels is going to do this second year because to me, as you were bringing up earlier about him, Annie, but it was just a calm demeanor that Jaden Daniels showed as if he'd been playing for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
You know
but
what I'm saying?
But he has limited respect. Like he's one of those quarterbacks who stayed in college a longer time.
Yep.
And so I think that it like hopefully is I think we'll see with Cam Ward, who also spent longer in college. I think how he does this year will kind of be like a referendum on like just stay in school. Like there's no rush to get out here at the quarterback position, and like really taking that time and maturity could be beneficial for you. So I think that we'll see that. But yeah, I mean, CJ Stroud wasn't even terrible last year. He was hurt a lot of it. His receivers were hurt most of the year. Their offensive line was a little bit more terrible than even the year before, which seemed impossible from how under duress he was. I think Jordan Love deserves some consideration on this.
Oh yeah.
He also was hurt, but extremely talented, good decision maker, the type of quarterback that is not just like keeping his hands at 10-2 with the offense. Right. Like he makes plays, he makes things happen. He makes that team go. So I think there are a lot of like exciting. Jordan Love also could be in a top 5 hottest quarterback list. Let's put him in contention too. Let's move him over there. But yeah, I think there's a lot of exciting quarterbacks. Finally, like we're finally hitting that major transition point. So like you've got Aaron Rodgers, who's like the last of the old heads. You've got Joe Flacco, who may be a starter.
He's
and
still
then I know, which is hard to believe. But I think the third oldest starter is Geno Smith. Geno Smith is the third oldest. And then Russell Wilson. Yeah. And then everybody else is kind of like in that like year 8 and less. Like where Mahomes is. And so it's an exciting time for quarterbacks for sure. And I think it's going to be a lot to watch. I'm just so ready for football to be back.
Yeah. And I brought this up on the show a few weeks ago about a team that I am looking forward to see a gradual improvement because of a huge addition. And that's the Chicago Bears. I look forward to seeing what Caleb Williams is going to do with Ben Johnson as the head coach and see what offensive schemes they have. Now, of course, you got to have a respectable offensive line because it don't matter who's your coach. If you can't block, you're gonna be on this butt. So I look forward.
It doesn't matter. Caleb Williams gonna hold the ball and run around back there anyway, regardless.
We gonna see. Like I said. Now that you have Ben Johnson, and we saw what he did with the Lions the last 2 seasons or 2 or 3 seasons. Yeah. But, turn that team to like whoa, wait a minute. So
but you also had a solid decision maker in Jared Goff. Caleb Williams does not know when to give up on a play. He does not know when to take a second read. He spends too much time. And the thing is that he gets caught. That's the other thing. He's not like a Kyler Murray who like will run 50 miles behind the line of scrimmage before actually throwing, but he doesn't get touched. Caleb Williams takes a ton of sacks. People get back there, people get to him. And he never like just quickly checks down to his second read, takes a quick out or throws the ball away. He's just always looking for a home run on every play. And as much as Ben Johnson coached up the line in Detroit, Jared Goff, regardless of what you think about him, he does not. He's a solid decision maker, for the most part. And so I don't think that you could tell the offensive line. You could play flag football rules where the defense can't move for the first 3 seconds, and Caleb Williams will still get sacked. So this is where Smoooth with 3 O's and I disagree is on this Caleb Williams thing. What say you, Jay Smoooth with 2 O's?
So about Caleb Williams, though, if you look at Caleb Williams, just the eye test, he looks like he's still playing at USC. If you just pay attention to what he's doing, he was doing the same thing in college. They didn't ever change. Well, I guess it comes from coaching, of course, right? He played the same way. He didn't change anything. I think he's a good player, but he just mentally he might just still think he's still in that same, offense, because he does the same thing. He holds the ball, he gets sacked, but talented. He's very talented, but I don't know. Hopefully Ben Johnson does change that, outlook for him and his the ways he think. He learns that offense differently and gets rid of that ball because he has receivers. He has some good receivers in Chicago now. And like I said, just eye test wise, he just look like USC Caleb to me.
We're gonna definitely find out in about 4 weeks. So let's get it. What has
Phil Williams not in my top 5 hottest quarterbacks?
What has my attention? The AP top 25 poll came out, and
this is disrespectful.
It is.
This is disrespectful.
Now,
did you not send this to me ahead of time because you knew I would be angry about this?
All right. Well, why are you angry? Please explain.
Because who was missing? The team with the greatest football coach in the history of football coachingdom, and we can't even get a 25.
When the last time?
Who Boise State got? I mean, who was left on Boise State that you can name now that Ashton Gentry is gone?
I don't know no one.
Exactly. Exactly. This is disrespectful. Okay, this feels personal. I'm trying to read the others receiving votes, and I see Duke and still don't see their name.
Right.
Okay.
But I was saying disrespectful in regards to Mizzou, who the last 2 seasons have won 10 games and came out the SEC. And
they, about no Mizzou.
Look at you. See, that's the mindset that they have. But I actually want to say I like this because I hope that lights a fire to be like, you know what, keep sleeping on us. Keep you know what I'm saying, overlooking us and not thinking that we're gonna do something special. I like this. So I hope that they come into the year and be like, you know what, they don't want to respect us. We're gonna make them respect us. So I look forward to this. Now, something that I found out the other day when this came out is that this is the first time in school history that Texas was the #1 preseason top team.
That's surprising. I would have thought that would have happened before.
Right.
Yeah.
Alabama's ranking is off of vapors. Okay. Alabama lost their quarterback. So I don't even know why they would. I think Mizzou will finish ahead of Alabama in the SEC.
And they play here in Mizzou. I mean, play in Columbia this year.
Yes,
Alabama and Mizzou. So that's going to be interesting.
I think Mizzou will win that game.
I
go lose against Boise State.
Right. I feel like Alabama's going to actually move up.
Really? What gives you that confidence?
It's just a system, man. It's just they always find a way to win. They always find a way to win. And plus my people from Alabama. So, you know, I got to represent that too. But Alabama always find a way to win whatever they have. So I think
Saban always found a way to win.
Well, I mean, you got to have players too, though. You got to have players out there to win, right? So, I think so. But I was looking at that list that seeing James Madison over there as other votes. That's interesting. Yeah. Very, very interesting.
Because last year they were top 25 going to the bowl.
Yeah, wow.
I think Notre Dame will finish higher than 6. I think they're a very interesting team to watch this season, given the number of former NFL players who they have on their team at various positions. It's kind of like this NFL junior team in many ways. So I think they're going to be really interesting to watch. I think they'll finish higher than 6. Clemson, no. And I'm glad we've done away with the 9 SEC teams just setting the season yet again. Yeah. If you're in the SEC, you get in the top 25, basically. But I think
unless you're Mizzou.
Right. But since they've done away this year with the playoff system, the automatic bid for the 5 majors, I don't think Clemson will finish in the top 4 in final rankings. Clemson is, I don't know why people don't believe me about Clemson, but they're terrible. So yeah. And then the rest of these are just dumb because they're ahead of North Carolina, and that just doesn't make any sense to me.
So another team that I just never mind. I see them. I was gonna say I didn't see them in the top 25 or receiving votes, but I see them in the very bottom. That's Colorado. Now that Shador, Travis Hunter, Shiloh, they're gone. What are your expectations on this new reborn, I guess, or reloaded Colorado Buffalo team coming up this season. What are your thoughts, Jay Smoooth?
Well, just looking at what they just got, they did bring in, I think, 2 top receivers. I'm just worried about that O-line still. I'm hoping that they get a better O-line that's going to protect whoever is going to be the quarterback.
I'm glad you brought that up because I just read that their offensive line averages a height of 6'4" and 330 pounds.
Oh, wow. So
And that means nothing if you ain't got feet, though.
Yeah.
And that was the problem, was their offensive line just looked like 5 dots out there. They just couldn't move. They was holding nothing back. I think it's helpful that the new quarterback, who's believed to be the starter for Colorado, is a lot more mobile than Shador was. And so I think that will help. Agree with 2-0 Smooth that the receivers there. I mean, they have some great receivers returning. You know, Jimmy Horn Jr. is now at Carolina in the NFL. But they have some great receivers they were actually pretty deep at receiver last year. And then they got some new people in. So I think that they will be interesting. I need to see what they're going to do on the defensive side too, because that was also part of their issue, was that they had to win track meets last year. So they weren't really stopping people. And it was just about whether or not their offense could keep up, whether that would determine whether or not they were still in games or could win games. And so unless they fixed their 5-dot situation on the O-line, but also made some moves at defense, then I think it's going to be tough. And so I could see them and the other receiving votes, but yeah, definitely see why they wouldn't be in the top 25. Why is Army on this and not North Carolina? Get out of here. This is ridiculous. This is who is AP? Bring them to me. Show me who AP is. I don't trust this list.
And last thing for me, going back to Colorado, 3 factors. Byron Leftwich, he's the QB coach. Warren Sapp,
so much.
Warren Sapp, second year D-line D-line coach, and then Marshall Falk is the running backs coach.
That's right. Yeah.
So I look forward to seeing the kind of impact they're going to have on these young men going to this upcoming season. So college football starts in, I believe, 2 weeks.
Yep.
So football is right around the corner, and we are definitely excited and can't wait for more and more in regards to the upcoming football seasons. So continuing on to our next segment as we go down. So we talked about pretty much a lot of the top 5 QBs and whatever. So preseason week 1, we'll go ahead and skip that. I do want to get to this though, because this has been a big topic. Y'all both had him in regards to what has your attention, and that is the one, the only Shador Sanders. So gotta go ahead and talk about, is he being set up to possibly fail? The reason why I bring this up is because as of right now, as you said before, Jay, now he has a oblique injury, so that could set him back. But he was already like 4th on the depth chart. Granted, he did start, and as Andy said, he held his own. He did his thing, and it was great to see the whole world, behind him. Like, I see you. Let's do your thing. But one thing that we haven't seen a lot of is he getting a lot of reps with the first team.
Yeah.
And we know how big, and for Jay, if you don't know, Annie is a 3-time champ for the St. Louis Slam, who just won.
Oh, nice.
They're what, 6 overall championship, just had back-to-back 2 weeks ago. So she know a few things about football.
Nice.
But just a few.
That's it.
That's awesome.
But it's very important to get that chemistry with your other teammates. And right now, from what we've been hearing, is that he hasn't been spending a lot of times with the ones. It's been with the 2s, the 3s, whatever it is. And some people were saying, well, now that he's out here starting, knowing that he may be facing the opposing team's ones or maybe some 1.5s that it could possibly expose him or set him up for failure. Granted, as you see in this photo and the game, he held his own. But do y'all feel that the Browns they don't want to admit it, but they want to find ways to set him up to fail? I'll start with you, Jay.
I don't know if they want to, to set him up to fail. I just feel like he's going to continue to prove himself, and he's going to actually get to play. I don't think he's going to start, but I think he's going to have a chance to play. But I don't know as far as them setting him up to play. I think it's more of I think it was the whole organization just in general was an ego thing because of Deion. They wanted to, show him that, hey, your dad don't run anything, So, but I think he's going to continue to stay focused and continue to do what he's doing. And he might get they got Flacco started. He'll have a chance to play. I don't know if they set him up to fail. If he does fail, he's going to fail forward and keep pushing. That's how I see it.
And Annie.
I don't think the Browns could set someone up to fail. Their organization is a fail. So what does setting up to fail for the Browns look like when they've had like 32 quarterbacks in 32 years? So I don't even know what that would look like for them to try to do that on purpose.
Like any worse.
Right. Like, okay. I don't think the offense is that deep anyway to be like, oh, he's not going to have great rhythm with Njoku? Yeah. Amari Cooper will catch anything. I love Amari. So sad he left Dallas. But, I don't think he's, missing out on some, great timing with some great, rhythm receivers or anything like that. I do think it is what you said in terms of, going against the ones in defense in practice, which, I would never invite Myles Garrett to go full speed at me in a football move. Now, if he just wanted to holler at me, he's my players. Definitely a top 5 hottest defensive player. Him and Aaron Donald, 1 and 2. So there's something to that about not getting full speed from your defensive players. Although, the Browns defensive ones other than Myles Garrett. Okay. So I don't think that this is a setup to fail from an organization that seems to fail when they're trying to succeed.
Yeah.
A la Deshaun Watson. So I think this is actually a good situation for him. I think if anything, I think Flacco stays regardless. I think Kenny Pickett is actually the quarterback under the most pressure because he's not even though it's sad to say, because he was drafted in 22. So this is his 4th season. And he's already kind of a journeyman, right? So he's a Super Bowl champion. He was the backup for Philly last year. But he's already if he doesn't show himself to be the answer at quarterback, there's no reason to keep him. He's not really a project. You can make a case to keep Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders because you don't really know what you have in them. And you won't get to see all of it in 4 preseason games. You have all the tape you need on Kenny Pickett. And so either he's your guy or he's not, and there's really no reason to keep him. So I actually don't think that Shedeur is the one who's under the most pressure in terms of the QB room right now. But at the end of the day, when their games become meaningless and they're just trying to put butts in seats, they know who to call.
Yep.
They know ain't nobody going to show up to watch Dylan Gabriel.
Yep.
Do whatever. So once your games become meaningless and you start the season out 1-4, 1-5, and you're just trying to fill your stadium so you can get that concession money, you know who to put out there. So he'll have an opportunity to prove himself.
Yeah,
that's my next question is it smart for the Browns? Yeah, smart Browns in the same sentence. Is it smart for them to not play Shedeur for maybe the first I don't know, 5-6 weeks? Do you think that's the best route for him? You go ahead,
He
Jay.
may not have a choice. I don't know how long Joe Flacco is going to last on a field. Okay. So you may say we want Joe Flacco to play the first half and then we'll make a move. He might play a half of a game before you got to make a move with Joe Flacco. So I think best laid plans for the Browns, who cares? You may have to play whoever your 2 or your 3 is sooner than what you're going into the season. You're going to have to play them just based on like the cast of characters that you have in your quarterback room. So
as you were talking, it had me thinking, what set outside of their draft position, skill-wise, what set apart Jaden Daniel, CJ Stroud, and Shedeur Sanders? Is it just more experience that the other 2 quarterbacks have had than Shedeur? I mean, Shedeur has played, I know he played in a different, division, and in the last 2 years he played in Colorado. But what is it, do you think that the draft experts was like, he shouldn't be a first round quarterback and he shouldn't be starting right away, where CJ Stroud and Jaden Daniel came out the gate starting?
Yeah. So I don't think that, one, I wouldn't say it was all football analysts. There were tons of football analysts who thought that Shedeur should have been drafted, if not the first round, the second round. Thought it was, Mel Kiper was basically like losing his mind, that he like kept falling, and the quarterbacks that started getting taken ahead of him. So I wouldn't even say that it was like he fell off of like NFL experts boards. He fell off of NFL GM's boards.
Yep.
And so the thing to me, I think of the 3, CJ Stroud is the more complete player coming out of college. CJ Stroud has both an incredible arm talent and that like field general kind of mentality that we talk about with like Peyton Manning. Like he sees the game. He's a really good decision maker. He's extremely accurate. Jaden Daniels has a lot more like physical tools in terms of like running, body positioning, throwing angles, those sorts of things that Shedeur doesn't really have. And I think he played with a lot more maturity than people expected him to play with. I think he surprised some people with how much command he had of the offense that soon. And so, like, I do think that they're not in the same, like, league of player. I would definitely say CJ Stroud is top, and then tier 2 would be Jaden Daniels, and tier 3 would be Shedeur Sanders. But I don't think it was like we saw something, or people who know football saw something in the draft that was like, this guy can't play in the NFL. I think it was a lot of other factors at play. But that doesn't mean he can't get there. He doesn't have, other than his footwork, he doesn't have a lot of bad mechanics. He doesn't have a very strong arm. He does need to make decisions more quickly. He does need to get better at reading a faster field, right? So he can see things at Colorado speed, but now you've got defenders running at you who are twice as fast as the defenders that you had running at you when you played at Colorado. And so I think it's just seeing the field faster that he needs to work on. But otherwise, like, he doesn't have a lot of like skills deficits. He's not, he doesn't have escapability like Mahomes. He's not going to be a runner like Allen or Jackson. That's not his game. But if he can improve on the 2 to 3 things that he really needs to play his type of game, he'll be fine. But again, that may not be with the Browns. Like, I don't know that I look at anybody at the Browns and I'm like, that's going to be where someone has success. Other than Myles Garrett.
And Jay, sorry about that. Jay, your thoughts?
For me, I disagree that he had tier 3, Shedeur. I think he's a tier 2 bait and working to be, a tier 1 quarterback, because I think he's a better pocket quarterback than Jaden and CJ. Actually, to me, just watching him at Jackson State and Colorado, I get it is a difference in the NFL and college, but just watching his throws just in the preseason game, I mean, those are type of throws that, 5-year starters are making right now. He did that in the preseason game. Even though it was other players, it doesn't matter. They all pros. I don't care if you're second, third, fourth string, you're still a pro. But as far as a pocket passer, yeah, he has all the tools. He's going to continue to get better. And Jaden and CJ, okay, yeah, of course, they have the game, the escapability and that things. But as far as my eye test for him, just to see between them three, yeah, he might want to be a better quarterback. I don't understand why he fell all the way down that way. It could be something against the family or something like that. That didn't make any sense. But as far as a quarterback in the eye test, I think he's going to be one of those guys if he get the right, chance. I like CJ and I love Jaden. I just think that Shador's is going to be a better quarterback.
There we go, y'all. And I did have another topic, but I'm going to say that for next week because the team pissed me off today, and I'm going to hold my thoughts until next week. See what happens by that time next week. So before we end this amazing episode of your Wednesday night Sports Delight, the Platform Sports Talk Show, want to give time to Jay Smoooth. Any special shout outs that you want to give, and where can people find you on them socials?
I want to give a shout out to my wife. Want to give a shout out to all my sponsors. Everybody that support me. Much love to everyone. You know who you are. You can find me on YouTube at Cornhole with Smoooth. You can find me on Facebook at Cornhole with Smoooth. And you can find me on Instagram, Cornhole with Smoooth Podcast. Be looking for my next episode will be dropping tomorrow at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure you go subscribe, onto my YouTube page. And also just, if you need any information about Cornhole, just reach out to me via Facebook or IG or wherever it is. Just send me a DM or a message and I can hook you up with some merch or just tell you about the game.
There we go. Andy, thank you for your time once again and for the amazing comments that you've had and thoughts and clean mindset that you have.
I need a credit card for Miles Garrett's abs.
Oh, Lord. There we go. And Bunny, shouts out to you. She was on the show earlier. She had to go ahead and take care of mommy duties as her little ones are getting ready for school now. Miss Dub wants to give a shout out to Violet, the Valkyries' new mascot for the WNBA.
Oh, okay.
Also, it was just announced today, I believe, that the Carolina Hurricanes owner is now the new owner of the Portland Trail Blazers for $4 billion. So they going crazy. Now, going back to the Valkyries, Ms. Dub said they are on a 3-game win streak, starting to look good. Now, it's good that they're doing that because they have been known for a lot of dildo issues. So it's good to have them on a different reason why they're being talked about right now. So for the dildo.
That's just because it's Vegas. You know how people get in Vegas. But yeah, they just beat the Mystics tonight. No, their squad's pretty good.
Yeah. So shouts out. I know the WNBA playoffs is right around the corner as well. So that should be very exciting. We'll get more into that as time goes by. We'll be eventually getting into the big fight going down in September. Canelo and what's his name? Tip of the tongue, Jay. What's his name?
Canelo and Crawford.
There we go, Crawford.
Yeah, Crawford. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
Yes. So
who you got though? Who you got? Before you go.
I got Crawford, man.
Yeah.
I got him. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with him right now. But yeah, we talk about that and more on upcoming episodes of the Platform Sports Talk Show. Thank you all for tuning in once again and supporting the show. Need everyone to go right now. Well, that's the other show, not that yet. But in regards to everything else, go ahead and follow the Platform Sports Talk Show all across them socials. Go on Facebook, go on the X, go on Instagram, go to YouTube. I need everyone right now to subscribe on YouTube and click on that bell. If you can't watch the show, you can listen in on Hot 365 Radio every Wednesday, y'all, at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you missed the show, you can catch the replay on Hot 365 Radio every Sunday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Just go to the website, hot365radio.com or via the app, no matter if it's iOS or Android. They also have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/hot365radio. Every first Wednesday of the month, you have Ladies Night, the best panel of ladies who love sports. Every last Wednesday, you have the Man Cave, where anything can go down. And outside of the sports talk, you have smooth conversations, where the conversations are always smooth. And that is, once again, with Smooth with 3 O's. It is the main show, the Platform Sports Talk Show. Hope y'all enjoyed it. And check us out next Wednesday right here, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Jay, stay on. We'll do a little post-show talk.
Yes,
Everyone
sir.
else, y'all have a great rest of y'all day and week. Stay tuned and stay smooth.
What you have just experienced was brought to you by Smoooth Productions. Until next time, stay tuned and stay smooth.